Corey Rashan here of Double E Productions. Something just came to my mind, and I wanted to um, share this information. It's something that we should think about, especially within the Black community. Um, when I started my business, I always said that the Black community was probably about 8 years behind the digital age. Um, we are definitely catching up. There's a lot of things that are going on. Um, but, there's also the aspect of owning digital companies and owning the creative aspect of technology. But I'm saying all this in a sense to also talk about um, businesses moving forward. And we're still kind of in the infancy stage, I feel, within the Black community in terms of advertising and marketing and using media as a means of strengthening our base, our businesses. It's about getting the brand out there. It's about reaching people. But the other element that is never really looked at, and I have yet to really see it or hear about it, is the aspect of supporting. The mainstream industry, as much as you go to the concerts that you go to, as much as you see all the advertisements on the Super Bowl, on video programs and things like that, when you're watching television, everything is an ad or there's an ad attached to it. But the element of that ad is also about supporting that programming, supporting that platform, that voice, that um, content. Because the advertiser is branding themselves. So when you see documentaries and you have all these foundations that are supporting them, that's something that we need to build in the Black community too, is artistic foundations or foundations. So for those Black philanthropists that are out there, I would love to know where you're at to support the arts in the Black community and to support the people in the movies. My conversations with artists every day is about not having enough money to produce the programming that most of our Black community is complaining about that we do not have. And so I am the interim. I am the middleman in trying to, not even trying, in working on creating these platforms for the artists and also creating the platforms for businesses to support. It's mostly about support. I know people ask me about my numbers and ask me about this, but the thing is, my history with the company within the last 10 years is if there is no advertising support for these programs, we are able to only do one season. We have gotten 1 million viewers. We have gotten 65,000 viewers on a consistent basis because the programming is good. It's something that people don't see. We have reached 84 countries. And so we've been out there. But the problem is sustaining the art. And that's what advertising does. It sustains the art. And so I just wanted to put that out there for you to think about. If you see anybody doing crowdfunding for a movie, for a play, or for anything, you're letting people know that go to that play once that play is up, or go to that video to watch it once that video is up, that you support this type of programming. It's a brand relationship that's happening. The reason why we are brand-oriented people, we see brands that are supporting things that we like, and that's across the board. We happen to be very good consumers. And so, we see the brand, or we like the brand, and then we buy the brand because, you know what, they supported a program, that I watched, or they supported a play that I watched. And so we are oriented that way. And I really think that we need to take that orientation and bring it into the Black community and with Black businesses. A Black business that might be supporting a Vicky Lynn play, because she's raising funds for it, her play, brand your business with that particular play. She's doing a play about Hattie. Katie Mack, does some great programming. I mean, she's an awesome producer, and she's got programs out there too. Financially support her and allow our viewers to see that your brand is supporting this beautiful woman's work, this talent. That's the relationship that we should be creating in this era right now, today, right now, so that we can build the type of community that you want to see, this whole respectful community, a community that's working. Because when that brand is out there supporting those artists can eat. And when you buy from that brand or that company, then you're feeding the owner's family. And when you're feeding the owner's family, that's allowing them to open up jobs for your children. And then when your children are eating after you've paid for their college education, and they're able to go to these built up brands, because our consumer dollars, that 1.3 trillion that we're spending, is actually going, let's say 10% of it's going back into, 10% of a trillion is a lot. We all can eat off of that, right? It builds who we are. This is why I do what I do. This is why I started W Productions, was to build a bridge between Black businesses and Black content so that we can actually build our communities back up. Entertainment is a machine that includes everybody, from the artist to the business to the community. That's why other cultures are in this arena heavily. That's why they work together heavily, because it is what sustains. This is our byproduct of America, is entertainment, believe it or not. It's switching up the game because the internet has switched up the game. But we need to catch up in this area where our businesses are supporting the arts, where we are building foundations, Black foundations that support Black art and Black entertainment, that speaks to the diversity of who we are. I'm Corey Rayshawn, W Productions, DPVN, Black Success. You can find it all on wproductions.net. I'm always available. Always available. Hit me up on Facebook or give me a call at 347. Is that my number? Yes, it is. 347-989-3786. I would love to speak to any business that wants to support the programming that we're bringing to our network. I would love to speak to artists that want to distribute their work on our network. And I would love to speak to the fans as well, that you also want to support and do something to build our community, to build the positive diversity voices that we have, and create our intelligence again, and allowing our talent to thrive, because that's what it's all about. Thanks for listening.